Hello, and welcome to this thriving Thursday for another chat with me on Checking the Culture with Rashida. I am Rashida Hatchett. For those of you who don't know me, I am a resilience coach. I am an expert, and I work with organizations who are ready to check their culture. Stay tuned as we talk about if micromanaging your team is hurting them right in this moment. We're back. Is micromanaging your team helping or hurting? Now, most of us know the answer to that, yet we still at times fall into micromanaging our teams. We get to a place where we're so focused on assuring that everything goes off without a hitch that we smother the productivity of our team members by micromanaging them, checking in too often, giving too many directions, asking to follow up right in the middle of their decision making on which way they're going to go. And the message that we're sending to them when we do that is truly that we do not trust them to make sound decisions. We don't trust that they're going to be able to get the finished product done and to do it in a way that makes sense for the team, that honors our clients, and that really expresses the mission, vision, and values of our organization. The tough part with that is that micromanaging your team leads to burnout. It's not new. It's not some fascinating phenomena. It is actual fact. We have studied it over and over and over and over again. It's not helpful. Yet we still have managers that's their way. We've still got C-suite members that's their way. So what is that really telling your team, especially in a time such as this, where we're dealing with so many different moving parts? And then we've got management who's deciding that they've got to insert themselves into every part of what we're doing in order for it to go well. The other message that we send is one of basic disrespect. We're letting our team members know that we don't respect their ability to make decisions. We don't respect their ability to decide what's best. We don't respect their ability to even ask for help if they hit a roadblock. What we tell them with all of this micromanagement is that they don't have the capability to produce well without our guidance. But one of the things that's often really forgotten is that if you have the need to micromanage your team, to be on top of everything that they're doing, for them to be checking in with you often, for you to be inserting yourself in every decision that has to be made, what you're really talking about, what you're really giving light to, is that you don't trust your own decision making around hiring. Now, most people wouldn't admit to that. They would say that they hire well and that it's the person or it's the people that are the issue. But the truth is that you aren't confident in the folks that you hired to do a good job. So you either have to up-level your hiring process and get a bit more deep on things that you have questions about. So if you are seeing that you're hiring people that aren't ready, aren't yet in a place where they're able to do the job and function on their own, then you've got to look at your hiring practices. Did you ask the right questions? Did you hire the right person with the right skill set for this position? Did you hire based on what you needed Or did you hire based on some other factor? So that's the first part as a leader that you've got to look at if you find yourself micromanaging your team or feeling that you have to. Okay. And in some cases, you've trusted that they were going to do something and it didn't get done well. And so now you feel like this is what has to be done. I don't have any other option. So that's the first part. The second part is that if you do see that, listen, they're doing a pretty good job, they've got most of this down, you see that that is the case, now your question has to be, why am I still micromanaging? What parts don't I trust? And maybe I need to provide some more guidance to my team members just in that area so that I can release the reins a little bit. What you want to be extremely careful of is the message that you're sending your team. You don't want to increase their burnout. You don't want to increase the idea that they are going to get burnt out if I continue to do this, right? You want to make sure that the message you're sending them is that I want you to be well while you're doing this work. And so I'm going to do the best that I can to give you all the tools that you need so that you flourish. So let's talk about a little bit about what it looks like in order to do that. What kinds of steps we need to take to do that. First one is trust. Trust that when you give your team a project or when you entrust them to do a certain thing, that it's going to get done. They're going to do it and they're going to do it well. Trust that they will ask for help if they need it. And trust that what they're looking for from you is that guidance when they ask, the support when they ask, and for you to trust and respect their ability as professionals to get the job done and to make you look good in the process. Right now, our workforce is dealing with so much. And the last thing that we want to do as leaders is add something else to that that increases the probability that they're going to leave because they don't like the culture. Right? So if you're continuously checking the culture, if you're continuously asking these questions, if you're really looking at how you lead and if the way that you lead is the most productive way to lead your team, you increase the chances that they're going to stay with you and they're going to be happy and they're going to be well and they'll be productive, which of course increases the chances that your customers will also be happy, well, and brand loyalty. They'll stay with you, right? So trust your team. Trust that you've hired well. Trust that you've prepared them well. And trust that they are able to do the job. All right. Next thing is respect. Your team always wants to feel that you respect them, not just as humans, but as professionals. You respect their opinions. You respect their ideas. You even respect the fact that they're going to have to fail at something. It's going to happen. We just need to figure out how to put the pieces back together when it happens. So if they feel like they trust me to get this job done and to do it well, you're going to get increased productivity. You're going to get a better job. You're going to get everything that you're looking for from that team member because they feel that they're respected. They feel that their ideas are respected. They feel that they're heard, that they're given some leeway to make some choices. And then you're able to help them correct course if they need to, provide a perspective if needed, but that you really respect what they bring to the table. And finally, support. Offer support rather than micromanaging and inserting yourself. Offer support. Ask if they're looking for a particular level of support on this project from you. Find out right from the beginning, what is it that I can do to support you here? What do you need from me? And then walk that line. If they come back and they need other things, they're looking for a different level of support, then you provide it at that time. Now, certainly, I'm not saying not to check in. Of course, we're going to check in. We're going to see what they need, what's happening, what's coming up for them, what's needed. What is it that they're working on? How far they've gotten? Yes, we are going to check in. But our check-ins are simply to assure that we're on top of the task and we know that it's being done and it's moving forward. But not to do it in a way that feels as though they're not able to decide, that only your opinion about how this should go and what goes into it is valued and supported. As we're in this time of extreme stress for everyone, that has really nothing to do sometimes with the organization. It is the world. It's what's happening in the world. It's what's coming up for people in the world. The amount of loss, devastation, change to work-life harmony, change to the way that we work, change to the way that we do things. We have to be in a place where we offer as much support as possible, where we're giving our teams as much support as we can, and we're doing all we can to not add to what's already a really stressful situation for everyone right now. Your team deserves for you to check the culture, decide if there are things that need to change, and to work on that change. For more tips, consulting, or to book a resilience workshop for your organization, please connect with me at rashidahatchettmedia.com. This has been Checking the Culture. I will see you all next Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, right here on LinkedIn and Facebook. You all have a great day.